boys. She has landed. Whew, that is exciting. Spanky's new motor is in, baby. Hell yeah. This is freaking sick. Motor is in. Just gotta put some the motor mount bolts in and then start buttoning the front end of this thing up. But man, it looks good to be home. Whew. God, I cannot wait to get this thing fired up and go tear some ass. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we got some more new parts. It's like the end of summer Christmas for Spanky in the race program. So one of the big things I was trying to do and to safeten our program, not only with redoing the motor and all that stuff, but the transmission was a huge scare factor. A lot of people say they've been stupid fast with them. Some people said they've done, well over, 1,200-1,300 horsepower, whatever. We did the same thing, but it's besides the point. Back to the whole safety point of I got a family, I got kids. Even if I didn't have family or kids, I would still want to be safe every time I get behind the wheel of this thing, especially since we're going to be going faster now. So we sent our stock case PTC Power Glide back up to Kenny and Lane. They helped us out by taking our old gear set out because there was nothing wrong with it. They just went through it not too long ago. But Kenny went ahead and even hooked us up one better. Not only did we upgrade to an aftermarket reed case and an aftermarket reed bell, he also refreshed the whole entire thing, dyno tested it, everything is good to go. Put our gear set in there, but he did all new clutches in there pretty much for free for us. So the clutches that came out weren't bad, they weren't really burnt up. Some had a little scuff marks, but nothing terrible. But he went ahead and put 10 clutches in this thing for free. So thank you, Kenny, for that, for hooking us up. And I believe he hooked a couple other cars up at Blacklist for some new Power Glides and things like that. But take a look at this thing. Woo-wee. All brand spanking new parts, brand new seals, brand new bolts, brand new everything, all torqued up, ready to go. Got our little in and out bypass from the old transmission. I told him I wanted that. Got our low car dipstick, because that is so badass. If y'all don't have one of these, spend like $105 or whatever the hell they are, 120 bucks. Get that pop-in dipstick so you don't have no problems of them things shooting out and causing a fire on your car. This thing got a little anodized on the way down, but it is what it is. But brand new seals on the back, trans brake, everything's all good to go. Shifter linkage is already on there from the old transmission, so realistically should just bolt back into the back of the motor and fill this thing up. I think it's got a little bit bigger pan on the bottom, so that's good. Try to keep the transmission a little bit cooler. But damn, this thing is freaking sweet. And we are going back with our Cameron's torque converter. If you guys know about the Cameron's torque converter, we ordered it. Nothing against Cameron or Cameron's torque converters, but we ordered this thing and we put it behind that stock case transmission. It was just way too damn loose. Got a hold of them. They told me to try it back out with the new aftermarket case. This big case is a lot chunkier, a lot bigger, has different pressures than a stock case as well, which could help with this and possibly tighten it up. So we're gonna try it. It's not a big deal. It's 6 bolts in a drive shaft to pull it out of the car, so it's not a big deal. But we're gonna try it one more time, because this has literally been in my car for one pass, one outing. We took it out, it was way too loose. We put it back out of the car, threw an old junkyard PTC back in there and raced the rest of last year. Then we tried it because it was so loose in that gray S10, Shane Mills S10, and it was too tight in his S10. So we're putting it back in ours. We're hoping maybe it's a little bit different now with this new transmission versus what we had. So we're gonna line it up, check it out, put it all together and see what happens. If it doesn't do it, if it doesn't fix the looseness problem, They told us to send it back up to them. They will fix it immediately for free and tighten this thing up and do something different for us for this combination. So we're gonna try it out. We'll put it all together, probably get it on the dyno, or just try to get it running, try to build boost in the shop and see if it immediately goes up and slips through, or it actually bogs it and tries to actually build boost like it's supposed to. So super excited about the transmission, guys. All the new parts for this car is just gonna be killer, but let's get back to installing the front end and the turbo and everything on Spanky. Alright guys, got the headers on, the engine motor mount bolts are on, got the hot side mounted up. I got all this stuff scraped off with a razor blade. I'm about to put a bunch of RVT on there, put the turbo on there, and then probably stick the injectors in there, and a couple other small things today. Try to get this thing slowly put back together, but it's coming together. It's going together kind of smooth, which is kind of scary because normally shit does not go smooth. But hey, maybe it's part of the 2.0. Woo-wee! God damn! The little thing I left out. A little something new right there. Big polished boy. Polished turbo, goes with the polished wheels, goes with the polished valve covers. I got some other stuff I'm gonna be doing up front. You guys are gonna have to wait and check that out, but god damn. Spanky's looking thick. Woo! I cannot explain the excitement. Look at that big old snail in the front of her. God damn. It's getting close, boys. It's getting close. Got a couple more things to button up on the hot side. Just got to connect the, pretty much just snug some V-band stuff up. I'm going to go ahead and mount the fuel tank back up and get all of our fuel lines and all that shit buttoned back up. And then I might be able to do, actually I can't do the cold side piping because my intercooler and everything's down at blacklist right now. We're getting some powder coat stuff and some other stuff taken care of, but so the intercooler and everything will not be going on by the time I take it back down to blacklist because we got some other changes we're gonna do. But turbo, I got a couple more cold side things. I'm gonna pop the injectors in, get the fuel rails and everything buttoned down, and do our oil drain, put that drain back on the bottom of the oil pan, connect up some stuff like that. Maybe get into the Holley stuff, start running the Holley stuff back underneath the intake and start buttoning everything up, but god damn. All right, got the fuel cell bolted up. Got the fuel rails in there, injectors in there. Hot side's all buttoned up. Got the heat shield for the backside of turbo. I'm pretty much done for the day. The pool is calling my name. Get back after. All right, kind of moving right along here. Whew, it's a lot of wiring on these fuel injected deals, but I got to plumb the injector harness underneath the intake. I got all the other stuff through there. All the map sensor stuff's out the front. And all the stuff that connects to the bottom side of my crank trigger and all this stuff is down front. So I have everything I need out front. I have the injectors in, all this stuff kind of mocked in there. Fuel stuff's all snugged up, all the fuel lines, all the coil packs are in, both sides, all the injector wires are in as well. All the coil plugs are in as well. And then I have 2 more plugs out back, but I have to fish this frickin' fuel injector harness through this so it's not all just sitting out top. But whew, it's a lot of frickin' wiring. Let's get back to it. Well guys, it's as good as we're gonna get until we get the finishing pieces. I gotta get the elbow back so I can mount my throttle body. And this shit is a mess putting this thing back together. Put my throttle body back on. I ordered all new gaskets and I needed a new O-ring for the back side of this anyway. So I'll get that, I think today or tomorrow. I'll be able to put that back on there, get the elbow back from Blacklist because they're doing a couple things to the elbow for me. Put the elbow on there, put the throttle body on there, be able to hook up my throttle position sensor. Everything else is hooked up. I got all this stuff. All my fuel lines and everything are just loose right now, but got the injectors all plugged in, harnesses all plugged in, map sensor stuff plugged in. I just gotta mount it back there when I get everything on the top done. I got all my catch can lines attached to the valve covers, coil packs are on. I gotta go pick up some spark plugs and oil and transmission fluid anyways. I might have another jug of the LAT. Ooh, I do have some. Should be able to fill up the trans and the converter with that. And actually, I might even have some VR1. So I might actually have the stuff. So be able to put some fluids in this thing. I got, what else do I got to do? I can't hook these back up, which is part of the catch can until I put the fenders and everything back on and mount the catch can. So I put that on there. I got like 2 more pain in the ass header bolts. And then I got everything plugged in for all of our sensors. All of our lines are hooked up for the fuel regulator, fuel pump stuff. All this stuff's just sitting here. Once the fenders go on, I'll be able to zip tie everything back up. But everything's plugged in, good to go down here. And everything else is good. I got my grounds on for the block. Everything else is good. Be able to put this top elbow on, put my throttle cable bracket on. I'll be able to finish putting the cold air side. I'll put the intercooler on there, cold air side back up, and it's done. So the next video, me and Ant are putting in the new transmission, and then it's gonna be a transmission and first Spanky fire up. So stay tuned for the next video as well. I'm breaking these up because there's not enough time in the day. As you can tell, it is already dark and I got work in the morning, but the whole motor is assembled. All the Holley stuff is on there and everything's good to go. About 98% of everything is all snapped and connected on there. Turbo's mounted, everything's sealed. Fuel cell's done. All my fuel lines are ran. Everything is good to go on that. So again, man, this thing is, she's close. From here, we will fire the motor, or install the transmission and bolt up the drive shaft, put fluid in it and fire it. Next video of Spanky. Next Spanky video will be the fire up. So you guys stay tuned. And thanks as always for watching. And we're close, boys. Couple little button up things and we're gonna be going down the Blacklist, getting the new fiberglass pieces put on, the wing, the clip, all the goodies. And then it's, from there, it's dyno time. See if we can make some ponies and testing. All right, got a little bonus footage for you. Figured screw it. We got Anthony over today. We're gonna go ahead and put the transmission in all in one video. Instead of having transmission video and then first fire up, it'll just be first fire up. So we're gonna install this Cameron torque converter right quick. And then we're gonna be going to the ground with this bad boy. Feels like she's in. A little bit different feeling on the case versus the stock one. But you can put your finger behind there. It's only got about a finger or so before it hits that bolt. Should be good. So we'll put the transmission in this thing. Update. And what do you think?
Trailer's on the fuck. It's been a long day.
Trailer's on the jack.
Trailer's on the jack. Transmission's on the jack.
Transmission's on the jack. We're about to lift this bad boy up and get it on the dowels. This sucks for two big guys on jack stands, I'm just letting you know. But in like 2 weeks, we'll be getting our 2-post lift, and then this will never happen again. But hey, it's all about the effort. It's race season.
To that, 2 weeks.
Anthony's holding me to the lift. He wants to use the lift for his truck. And we got a bunch of other shit that we got going on. So, but next time, I can promise there'll be a lift there. Next time this transmission comes out, there'll be a fucking lift.